Having successfully added image to our web page, the next thing, as I showed you in part 1 of this video, is for us to create another heading tag which ushers in this list. Okay, so two things we'll be doing at once: this, which is an h1, and then this list. Okay, now let's get down to it. So we'll create another h1 tag, opening tag of h1, closing tag of h1, and the text there, of course, is ingredients. So under here is where we'll now list our ingredients, and I want you to take note of this. So we want to create what is known as an let me type it out so you see it, unordered list. Now, don't forget I told you that we have two major types of lists: unordered list and the ordered list. Now, this unordered list uses bullet points, while the ordered list uses numbers, okay, to indicate the difference between the two lists. So I'm going to erase this. So as you can see here, this list has bullet points while this one has numbers. So we are creating this list, which is an unordered list. So the first thing we do, we create opening tag for UL and closing tag for UL. So the U is unordered while the L means list. Okay, so that's unordered list. Now in between these two tags, the opening tag and the closing tag of UL, is where we'll now nest the items on our list. So if you look at this list, the first item on our list is what? Egusi, that's melon seeds, ground already. So to create the items on your list, you now need a tag called the LI tag. So LI is list item, L is list, and I is item. So you need the LI tag. So in between it, you now nest the items that you want on your list. So take note of how this list works. So let me copy the next item on our list, assorted meats. So again, I will create the LI opening tag and LI closing tag, and then in between it, I put the items of my list. So this is essentially how you create your list. Let me add another item, a third item this time: salt, LI opening tag, LI closing tag. And with that, we have created a list that is an unordered list of 3 items: 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so I'm going to save, go to our web page. At this point, there's no list, as you can see, but when I refresh it and I scroll down, can you see that I now have the heading, which is H1, and then I have a list of 3 items. So because of our time, I will stop here, but for yours, you can add as many ingredients as you need. Remember, opening tag UL, closing tag UL. This marks the beginning of your list, and this marks the end of your list. Then each item in the list must have opening tag of LI and closing tag of LI. Opening tag LI, closing tag LI. Okay, so you must take note of that. Now let's move on to the next thing. See the finished work here. So I'm done with my unordered list. Next thing is this ordered list, which is ushered in by another heading, then the list itself. Now let's go to our work. So after the closing tag of the UL, which marks the end of that unordered list, then I come again, I do my H1. Take note that you have this after the closing tag of UL. So what do we have there? I call it instructions. How to make egusi soup. So that is our heading. So I'll save that. If I refresh, you see that instructions how to make egusi soup. So you see that. So next thing now is for us to create this list. Okay, this list right here. Now let's come back to our code. So just as we did for the UL, which is on ordered list, it's quite similar here. So ordered list is OL, O for ordered and L for lists. Okay, O for ordered and L for the list. So in between it, we have something very similar to what we have here. So the OL opening tag marks the beginning of your ordered list, while the OL closing tag marks the end of your ordered list. So each item on my list will have LI tags. Can you see how similar it is to the unordered list? The only difference is this opening closing tag, opening and closing what tag. So I'll now begin to put the steps here. So step 1, cook meat in a pot, cook the assorted meat, blah blah blah. Okay, I'll just copy this. In between the li tags, which is to nest it, I nest it in the li tag. So you see I have li opening tag before it and li closing tag after it. So I'll hit enter, go to the next line, another li tag. For the second step, prepare pepper blend, I will copy that, highlight it, copy, and nest it in the second li tag. So I'll do the third one. Let me make the third one, make egusi paste. Okay, don't forget we are doing the steps. So after this, I hit enter, li closing tag. So I nest the content I have copied. So I'll save this, come to the page we are creating. So at this point, of course, there is no list, but if I refresh it after saving it to Notepad, I refresh. If you scroll down, can you see now on other lists, bullet points, other lists, numbers? Cool. You can make more items, right? Add more items for yours. All right, now let's move on. Next thing is another heading, which is smaller than this if you observe, and then paragraph text, the same kind of paragraph text we had used earlier here. So I have my heading, this is H2 heading, and a paragraph text. So let's do that quickly. So after the closing tag of your OL, take note, but you still make sure that you are nesting it in the body tag. So I do my H2, closing tag of H2. What is the content there? Why I love egusi soup. So I'm going to copy it because of our time and put it, why I love egusi soup. After that, it's just a brief explanation of why I love it. So I will copy this, come to my page. After my closing tag of H2, I'll do the same paragraph text we had done, same paragraph tag we had done earlier, P tag, and nest that content I have copied. So you notice that the P opening tag is before it, and the P closing tag, which is paragraph, is after it. So if I save, refresh the page we are creating, refresh, and I scroll down, can you see that now? H2 P tag, that's your paragraph. Now what's the next thing you see here? I say here, to view more pictures of egusi soup, click here. Now this click here is a link, as I showed you at the beginning. So we'll be learning how to add this paragraph and then this link, okay, using the anchor tag like I said at the beginning. So after the closing tag of this paragraph, I hit enter, I do another paragraph. And what is the content? Oh, I'll put my closing tag. Now what is the content? To view more pictures. So let me add that. I'll highlight and copy. To view, then I nest it here. To view more pictures. Therefore the click here is the anchor tag. So pay close attention. The anchor tag is A. The anchor tag is simply the A tag. So I'll put the content I want there. Click here. Okay. So I'll save and refresh, and I want you to observe something. I want to show you something before we finish it up. We're not done with the anchor link, but I just want to show you something. I'll refresh and then we'll continue. Now, if I scroll down, can you see that the click here is not clickable, right? It does nothing. It appears like the paragraph tag. I'll tell you why. Now, let me show you why. Okay? There's something that I've not added here. That is why it's not doing that. Okay? Let's continue from there. Let's complete this link tag, okay, this anchor tag to make it. So before this less than sign after the A, you add space. Just tap your keyboard once, then you add what is known as href. So the href allows you to be able to link another file or another web page. Okay, so href equals to, then your double quotation mark, then another double quotation mark. Okay, so in between this quotation mark, take note, make sure you don't do, I'm going to erase this, make sure you don't do the single quotation mark and then another single quotation mark and then another single quotation mark and another one. No, that's not what I said. Double quotation mark, hold down shift and press the quotation mark key on your keyboard, then another double quotation mark. So now bring your cursor in between. So here is where you then paste the link that you want to link your page to. So I'll go back to our browser. Don't forget, when I showed you the finished work, if I click on the click here, see where it takes me to the Google page where we set for what the particular food I want. So let's do that together. So I'll open Google again like we did at the beginning. Then because I'm doing egusi soup, I'll search egusi soup again. And I come to images because I want to see more pictures. Okay, then in the address bar at the top, come to the address bar, click on it, everything will be highlighted. Then you don't do Control C on your keyboard to copy, or you right click and click copy. Then come to your web page. In between these quotation marks after the href, in between it, Control V to paste the link. Yes, I know it's a very long link that makes your work look messy, but don't worry about that. If you pay attention, you will see this is our first quotation mark here, and this is the second quotation mark here, and in between we have the link that we just copied. Can you see that? If I remove this, see it's gone, paste again. So don't worry about the fact that it's long. So you see your A link here, your anchor tag, right? And then after the quotation mark, you have the less than sign. So from here all the way to this forms the opening tag of the anchor tag. Okay, then here is the closing tag, then here is the text that is nested in it. So I'll save and visit the page we have been creating. So you can see, because I have not refreshed, I cannot click the click here. Okay, but if I click refresh, do you observe something? Now it has been underlined and the color has changed. If I bring my cursor close to it, do you observe that the icon of the cursor changed to like a finger? Unlike when I'm somewhere here, right? If I come here, that means you have successfully created a link. Now, if I click on it, observe what happens. It brings me to the page where I have images of egusi soup. So I'll go back because I said to view more pictures of egusi soup, click here. All right, now let's go on. Now let's look at the finished work again. I'll go back. The finished work again has just one more line here, which is called the footer. Okay, footer is right at the bottom of your page. So after the closing tag of this A, hit enter and you do your footer opening tag, footer closing tag. So what is the content we have in our footer? We have the copyright symbol, we have the year, and we have the name of the person who created it. So I'm going to copy from the year all the way to the name of the creator, right? Which is in this case is me. So I'll paste it, but it's missing something. It's missing this copyright symbol. So let me show you how to add that copyright symbol. It's just a simple code. So you do and on your keyboard, which is Shift 7, copy in small letters, COPY, and semicolon. So this adds the copyright symbol. So save. Let's refresh our page, which is this. Refresh, scroll down. Can you see that? I have the copyright symbol, the year 2024, and my name. You can add anything you want to your web page footer. Okay, so you can add something like all rights reserved, all those things that you see at the bottom of the page. So if I click this, save it, refresh my page, you see that of course it is added. So make sure you add your name to the bottom of your page. So with that, we've successfully created a simple HTML page, which in this case is a recipe web page. You can see we didn't add any fancy colors, we didn't do any arrangement. It's just for us to learn some of the basics of HTML in this project. So any step that you missed, that you didn't get, please make sure you rewind the video and go back, whether in any of the parts, go back and watch it again and again and again until you master it, until you become a master at this. So with this, we have successfully created a simple HTML page. I will see you in another video. My name again remains Michael Tobechuku. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends. Maybe there are some of your friends who really like the computer or who like to code. Share it with them and tell them to also like and share with their friends. And make sure you are subscribed to this channel for more videos and content like this. Till next time. Ciao.